I'm joined now by Patrick Janssens, who has a really nice team for this year's Star Sports Derby, and well, an exciting time of year. How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Really can't wait to start. You know, yeah, most of the dogs are really good form, so yeah, it's all going very well at the moment.
Aside from one thing, and that is of course obviously the sad news that you sustained an injury to Coolavanny Shado, is he okay first of all?
Yeah, he's okay, you know, but my heart would love to see him run, but your head says, you know, you have to withdraw him because you have to look after him in the long run. You know, it's not just this year's derby. I think he'd be a much better dog for next year.
And I was going to say that because he is very young still and putting in those flashy times. But do you think that in terms of going deep into the derby, maybe even winning next year, would have been more his year anyway?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, listen. At the end of the day, he's a very young, fast greyhound, and you put a lot of pressure on his body. And the thing is, he's got a little injury there. It's nothing major or career-threatening, but if you don't treat it now, that could cause a major problem. He could be finished. Is
he a nice dog? Does he have that kind of aura about him like Thorn Falcon does? You know, a special dog?
Yeah, he does. He does everything right. He's perfect in the kennels. He loves people. He loves his bitch. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant.
Well, we have to start by talking about Thorn Falcon, defending champion of February 2019, so still a really nice sort of age for a derby. How does he compare now to the dog that you had last year?
I think he's exactly the same. He's no different. I thought yesterday, his first race back, a typical, you know, very exciting greyhound who misses his break, showed loads of pace and sort of blew up a bit coming home. But you know, he should come forward again. And at the end of the day, we're preparing him for the derby. It's not about winning the first round or winning the second round. It's just coming forward gradually, you know. And then he's in great form, come out of the race great, and yeah, we look forward with him.
You have been elsewhere with him over the last year, but realistically, he is a Towcester specialist, isn't he? Very unlucky in the blue ribbon final at Towcester.
Yeah, that's dog racing, you know. He's on the wide, he's not the quickest away always, so he was there on the outside. I think, you know, he would have gone very well where he was, but you know, a dog moved over into another dog, and that's what happens in dog racing. And you know, that you have to get over it, and his main target was always be defending his title.
And what is it about Towcester that suits him so much? Because obviously he's a huge dog, isn't he?
He's a huge dog, yeah, but he can run a bend as quick as a straight, you know, and I think that's a big advantage for him. He's got very good balance, he's got good early, he's got great middle pace, and he just loves Towcester.
He was a worthy winner and a great champion, but it takes a very, very special dog to win 2 derbies in a row. Is he that good?
I think he is, I really do. I really think he's that good. I think he's got quicker dogs than him, but I think, you know, when you look at his career at Towcester, he never finished out of the first 3. In every race he was in the first 3, so and that is such a big advantage. You know, you have a lot of fast dogs, but once they're behind, they sort of can't be bothered for, you know. But he is that sort of dog. He wants to win, he wants to do well, and that's what you need to. He's a great competition dog.
Is he your number 1 going to Towcester?
He is, because at the end of the day, he's been there, he's done it, and he's so determined, he's so good, he's a professional.
Let's move on to Bockos Belly. I'm really interested to know the story with what's been happening with this dog, because he has come back from a really serious injury to, well, he's looking as good as ever. What's happened?
Well, he went to Hove and he broke his shoulder, and then, you know, people said to me he's finished and he's this and he's that, and I made a video of him and I sent it to Bev the next day. And I says, I'm pretty sure this dog will run again, you know. I says, that might be broken, but it's not as bad as we think. So we went to Stefan and took an x-ray, and it was broken. We just had to keep him very quiet, and we did. We started lead walking him, we started putting him in big paddocks. We left him off for 3 months, just over 3 months really. And we gave him his trials, and I said to Graham, you want to back this dog for the derby, because I think he's as good as last year. And again, you know, he's the same age really as Thorn Falcon. He's only 2 months younger. He was second in the More Puppy Derby. He was only beaten ahead between him and Thorn Falcon for making the final. So, and I think he's in great order. He done one great at Towcester last week, then a great trial at Monmore Green. So, yeah, I think there's more to come from
that first trial back 29:34. So, what have you been doing with him at the kennel? Was that him being fit?
Yeah, he had a trial at Perry Bar, because I didn't want to give him that 500 metres straight away because it's quite tough at Towcester. So I took him to Perry Bar and I tried him against LAUTARO, And now I think he's a very, very fast dog, that dog. And he only got beat 5 lengths. And I said then to Graham, I says, he trialled really well, you know. And then I trialled him against Thorn Falcon, and Graham says, you're mad trialling against him. He says, no, you beat Thorn Falcon because he's more forward than Thorn Falcon is at the moment. And he did, you know, and then he come out and won the race very well.
Unbelievable. Realistically, is it a big ask for him, or do you think he's got a good shout?
Oh, a real good shout. A real good shout. He's totally the wrong price. he should be half the price from what he is.
And why do you think that is? Just because people he hasn't been around so long, and people remembered him.
Yeah.
I mean, that night at Hove was awful. It was almost, you know, you could have lost the dog. It was that bad.
You did. He got meat in a sandwich, and he fell unluckily, and it broke his shoulder. But at the end of the day, he's at the right age now, in my opinion. And I know I keep going on about it, but he's a kennel breed. They're much better when they're 3 years old than when they're 2 years old.
I love Aussie Captain. He seems like such a dog full of character, and obviously a great story for you. You got involved with the dog with some Australians, and I know that you own one over there as well. He's out of Ballymac, and he's flying at the moment. He seems to be at his best.
He is. He's coming up to 43.5 now, and we had high hopes from last year, and then he went lame in the quarterfinals. And yeah, he's one of these dogs. He's probably not the quickest, but he's so consistent. You know, he reminds me a lot of Killard the Lion, really, this dog. He does every week the same thing, and he comes out, he shows good early. And
There's 2 minutes to
I think he's an absolute professional. When he goes to the first bend, he knows where to go, where to move. The only thing with the dog where he had bad luck, and like in the Blue Ribbon, he drew trap 5, and that was a terrible draw. He really needs to have trap 1 or 2. That's all his best draws. But listen, if we get a bit of the draw goes a bit with him, he can go a very, very long way.
And let's not forget, you place him in top company always, and he seems to love competitions. A Winter Derby semi-finalist, Olympic semis, East Anglian Derby finalist, and he made the quarter-final at Towcester last year as well in the Derby, so a track he likes.
Yeah, he does. He loves Towcester. And the thing is getting stronger as well now. I sort of, when he ran that Monmouth Green in the Winter Derby, he got, you know, it was only a 4-dog race, and luckily for him in the semi-finals, and he led, and all these strong running dogs turned behind him and they'd done him on the line, really. So, but then he come out and won on final night. Then he went to Perry Bar, and I thought he's amazing at Perry Bar. He's unbeaten still at Perry Bar. He's in the Laurels final on Thursday. So, yeah, he's a great dog. He's in great form, and he loves this racing.
He really does seem to be in his best form, and I guess for us here, COVID was kind of lucky because he's called Aussie Captain, and the story behind it. We actually almost lost you as a trainer to Australia at one time.
Yeah, I loved it there. When I went there on holiday, I couldn't believe it. What the difference from over there to over here. So, and yeah, that's when we decided. Me, Andy, Pelly, a couple of the AUSSIE boys, and John Porter and everything. We bought a dog out here, and yeah, he done really well for us. He's retired now, but he done really well for us.
So let's talk about LAUTARO. Am I pronouncing that right?
That's right.
Okay, February 2020 dog. So still really young, out of Droopy Sydney, who's just throwing absolutely everything at the moment. And this is a dog that you've openly said you think an awful lot of.
Oh yeah, I do. I think he's the quickest I have. But mentally, he's growing up. You know, it took a long time. He's running very well at Perry Bar at the moment. He's in the final there. But if he can grow up a bit more mentally, I think he's a serious contender for the Derby, because I think he can break 29 at Towcester. I really do if he goes round in front. And to be fair, what he done at Perry Bar for me, you know, coming from behind and winning, and I think he's in great form. I really do.
He only had one solo trial at Yule before he came into your kennel, and he did take a couple of trials to click at Towcester, but once he did, he's really started to thrive at the track.
Yeah, he did. We bought Matt Yule from a trial. That was a private trial, and then he sort of went around Towcester. It wasn't great in the beginning, but you could see how green and how backward he was really. And then he got better and better with every trial. He won his maiden by a long way in a good time. Then he went in the puppy derby. Then he got cough and he got sickness, and things didn't go his way. We left him off. Then he picked up another injury, and then he come back, and to be honest, he run really well, you know. But to be fair, he had no track craft when he was behind, and that was so worrying. So that's why we put him in the Laurels, and we went somewhere different to give him that sort of experience, and he done very well so far.
He really has, and he's had to overcome some tricky draws as well to make it through to the final. Is he still literally improving before our eyes, do you think? Yeah,
he is. When you have him on the lead, you think he's 12 months. You know, when you have another dog of mine on the lead, like a Dealish Frank, who's only in July, who's much younger than him, you think he's 3 years old. And mentally, he's not really ready for it. But physically he is, you know, he's got phenomenal speed, phenomenal.
Can he go all the way?
He's quick enough, he's definitely quick enough, as long as he mentally, he just has a bit growing up to do really.
Talk to me about Slick SAKINA. She's just a July 2020, so very young for you to be thinking of taking her to Towcester for the Derby.
Yeah, she was called Telemary Faith in Ireland. She won the bitches on race day at Newbridge. She trialled very well at Towcester. She trialled very well at Mormore Green. And yeah, she'll be running at Mormore on Saturday, and then we're going to go to Towcester to give a few more trials. And yeah, she's a very game, very good bitch.
28:45 was her quickest time at Newbridge. So what was it about her that caught your eye?
Well, she won every round. She came from behind. The bitch she beat, that one this week from Liam Dowling, that won the Puppy Oaks at Shelbourne Park. Yeah, and I think the world of her. She's very settled very well in the kennel. She's kennelled with Crossfield Dusty. They get on really well, and yeah, we just see how much she comes forward and how well she runs Towcester and everything. But to be fair, she'd only done 30 first time around Towcester, but she found a bit of trouble, and now second time around she'd done 29.80, and now she's going to run in the Trainers Championship team for me, and then we go back to Towcester. Is
she mature for her age?
Yeah, she is very mature. You know, she had a good few races at Newbridge, I think 4 races, and yeah, she looks very good.
You've also got BLACKROSE TADGH.
Yeah.
Who is a November 2019, an unusual breeding, out of range ASB and BLACKROSE June, who won an A2 at Towcester in February, and then you raced him at Yarmouth over the 6 pence.
Yeah, we tried 6 pence, he didn't really get it, you know, and then we went back to Romford where he done very well, 35.20. He's a very strong runner, he done 29.50 at Towcester. I think he'd be quicker now. He probably lacks a yard to the bend for the top class 4 bend dogs. But listen, if he gets a run and he gets his draws and you can do so around the 29-30 mark, you just hope he can keep qualifying in the first 3.
And that sort of staying ability does come into its own, especially in the later rounds if he can get that far at Towcester.
That's it, you know, and that's why it plays enhanced for dogs like Bockos Belly, and they're all very strong running dogs. And you know, if you can turn 4th, they can always do one coming home sort of thing, and that's what you want to hold with him as well.
You've got a few others who are kind of on the maybe list at the moment, but we should mention them. Fabulous AZZURRA is one of them.
Yeah, she's a very fast bitch. She won the British Bred Derby. She beat Thorn Falcon in the first round of the Blue Ribbon. Then she picked up an injury on her hock. She's just coming back. It might be too soon the Derby for her, you know. She didn't try bad, but nothing exceptional, nothing from what she should be doing, if I'm honest. So, but we still have a few weeks, and she might have a few more trials, and the trials taken, and then we make our decision. Before she went late, she did actually beat Thorn Falcon, didn't she, at Towcester? And fair and square. Fair and square, Big Bill turned second, and he never could get to her. She's very, very good, very good.
So ROMEO on Tilts is another one that you're thinking about taking? Yeah,
definitely, you know, he's definitely fast enough. He's done some fantastic trials at Hove, 29.29, and like yesterday at Towcester, he done sort of the 29.40 mark, where you have to be, in my opinion, if you want to enter the dog for the Derby. And
SCOOBY Prince is another one. Hasn't yet come into your kennel. Imminent arrival, and you're hoping to get settled in time?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. He's coming today, and yeah, he's you know, Jennifer done very well with him. He won the puppy stake last year, I think, at Shelbourne Park, and he was in the Conor and Kirby final. So he's a very fast dog. It all depends how well he settles and how well things will be going.
And obviously how well they take to Towcester, because it is a track that you need a few looks around, isn't it?
You do. But then the dog you run at Limerick and Shelbourne Park is sort of more experienced, so you hope you take to it.
So, of your team, sounds like Thorn Falcon you would have as your best chance, but perhaps the value is Bockos Belly?
That's definitely the value. Definitely the value. I think Big Bill, he's been there, he's done it, you know, but Bockos Belly ain't far behind him.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Good luck between now and then.
Thank you.